All right. Welcome back with another episode of the Worldly Life Podcast. I got my boy, none other than Ali Ibn Noah, the flyest dude in America. That's a fact. We going that far. Let's put outfits together. Who's flyer? Stand side by side. Who got that aura? Who's gonna win? Come on. We got.
One of the best stylists out here too, really doing it, bro. Come on, A. Come on, A.
I don't want y'all to say it.
We got another than Suf, aka Baba. Got game.
Come on, man.
Smooth Suf.
Come on,
Saba
man.
Suf.
Come on, man. Come on. It's your boy Suf got game. You know, we here with another one, man. Come on, man. We got a lot of hot topics for y'all, man. Keep tuning in. Feel me? Worldly Life Podcast, my man. King Faze, co-founder. You feel me? I got Ali.
Platforms.
Yeah, we here, man.
So I know there's been a prominent black activist spewing lies about Islam. That Islam is technically an Arab religion, and he doesn't partake or he doesn't find himself fit enough to be in Islam because of his skin color and what the Arabs did during the slave trade. Now, we don't believe that because we don't believe Islam is the Arabians' religion. We believe that Islam is for humanity. We do believe that Islam came to the last prophet, which happened to be Arab. And we also believe that the last scripture that came down from the Almighty Allah was sent down in a text of Lugha Arabiya. But we do not believe under no circumstance that Islam is an Arab religion. Furthermore, I know my son Faye is going to take it over.
Yeah. There's a phenomenon that's going on with certain movements, lies that's being spread upon in the name of because of my skin complexion. All right, let's keep it real. We don't want to do what the the Europeans did to the black people with Christianity, with Islam. That's not in Islam. We not gonna do that. We not gonna Arabicize Islam into an Arab religion, which is not true. It's not an Arab religion. Islam is an entity of itself, is a way of life for everybody. Everybody's welcome. Whether your skin color is black, white, purple, you're welcome. Come and join this beautiful way of life, woman.
My biggest takeaways I want to say. I'm going to make this real short and I'm going to make this real nice for you guys. Black people are not a monolith, meaning you cannot group all black people in one group. If you want to speak about black people in America, they're different from black people in Brazil, but the black people in Brazil is different from the black people in Haiti. The black people in Haiti is different from the black people in Africa. The black people in South Africa is different from the black people in West Africa, and East Africa, and North Africa, and etc. The only black group, the group of black people from America, some of the ignorant ones who have never traveled, who have never truly understood the African plight when it comes to ethnicity, they try to jumble everyone into this one class system. If we will go to Africa right now, you will see that as many different black people that follow different religions, that follow different paths, and they are not together in social economics, nor they are not together when it comes to religion. They're not together when it comes to ideals at all. But what happens is when you have certain black intellectuals in America, they read a few books and
So-called intellectuals.
and they learn about Kemet and they learn about ancient Egypt. They believe, or they trace their ancestry back to Nigeria, and they think they're Yoruba. They believe now that the Arabs came and they enslaved Africans, and then they brainwashed them to believe in Allah, which we would know that there was an Arab slave trade. We cannot deny this. This is a true fact, and this happened 700 years before the Europeans came. So, this is true. But what they failed to mention to you guys is majority of the slave trade that happened was in Zanzibar in East Africa and in North Africa with the Berbers and the Amazighs. The majority of the Muslims, sub-Saharan Africa, the Sahel that you see right now, majority of the African countries you see now, all became Muslim through trade. This is a false notion that Africans was enslaved to become Muslim. Now, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, Arabs enslaved Africa. Let's just not say East Africa. No, they say they enslaved the whole of Africa. I will still not take the premise of the argument that we following an Arab man's religion, because Islam is an Abrahamic religion. Abrahamic religion, the three supposed Abrahamic religions, Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, they all was located where? In the Middle East. Every religion that God came out with, that either came from Africa or came from China or came from India, they was only supposedly targeting a certain group at a certain time. Mind you, you have Christianity, you have Islam, and you have Judaism, the three Abrahamic faiths that is majority followed across the world. They are the three largest groups besides Hindu. Now, Islam only came to the Arabs because this was the last prophet. We believe in Islam. We believe in Jesus and Moses and Abraham and Adam and Noah. We take from them as well. The last and final messenger is an Arab. That's clearly it. So we distinguish between Arabs and we distinguish between Islam, because when Islam came, Arabs changed. Because before, Arabs was pagans. Before Islam came to where I'm from, originally in Mali, we was pagans. Where he's from, where we all from, was pagans. We now are accepting that there's one God, that he had messengers that came throughout history from Africa, India, and it just happened that the last prophet was an Arab. Now, you people that see everything through the lens of race, the moment you see someone that speaks a certain language or they pray a certain way, you associate it solely to a certain people, and you forget the message or what the message is actually saying. Khalas.
Wow, that's definitely very informative. You couldn't have broken down any better. There's a lot of things that came to my head when you was talking about this particular topic. Our blacks, fellow brothers, man, listen to me. Yo, listen to me very carefully. All right? We have a hidden racism inside of it. I know some people be like, black people can't be racist. But when you sit down and you analyze what is the problem, is the insecurity they have. For them to think that everyone is black. Santa Claus is black. Jesus is black. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was black. Adam was black. Shit, the whole world was black then. We might as well have a black sky. We might as well make it rain money. Black. Everything is just black. You guys are chosen people. Everybody else is non-existent to you guys. How'd that come out? How'd that come across? In your workplace. Or when you're traveling. How would you want people to view you if you look at everyone like that? I'm black. Oh, I'm this. Them. It's arrogance.
It's about the reversal racism that is being taken place, and one may argue that it can't be racism because it's about the society, wherever it is. I'm not even gonna get to that, but this is the most important thing. Let's just say everything was black. If you feel like you inferior or superior to someone else, what makes you any different from the white supremacist? At the end of the day, we have to be humanists. We have to believe that there was a creator that created every group of people. We are not going to denounce that black people get the short end of the stick a lot of times. We won't say that we don't get, racially profiled when we go to stores or when we get stopped by or when we go to certain communities. They look at it different because our skin color. This is true. But this is just our reality in which the world works in. It's a very racist and it's a very, colorist world. But that does not give us the right now to take whatever certain groups of people give us and now become the same people to make ourselves feel more better about ourselves. Our skin color, our pigmentation is incidental. If God wanted us to make us white, brown, or yellow, God would have made us that. But God made us black. He made us beautiful the way he wanted us to be. But the most important thing is God has looked for our heart. God looks into each one's heart to see which one loves him more, is more righteous, is more pious, and go towards him. And I feel like when you go to certain groups, certain Muslims in Africa, Nigeria, in Kenya, in Senegal, in Mali, in Guinea, we don't have this same similar problem when it comes to certain outlooks about the other races, because Islam completely tells us that it's not about that. And Islam is the religion that can actually change their hearts. So you probably just want
Definitely.
I feel like, man, you guys are.
Speak to the camera.
You guys are, very informative right now. Just dropping a lot of gems to the people right now. And, this topic, this was new for me, actually, getting it before we started this podcast. And I was actually surprised at the comment, honestly. Like, it blew my mind. And I feel like a level of to speak out with a level of like arrogance like that is, like you said, something you got to check in your heart. And I feel like that level of arrogance is what God warned us about in our holy book, in the Quran, that you should never allow yourself to deny the truth and deny what's real because of a level of arrogance within yourself. Basically saying, like, if there's someone who comes from another faith or another, like with another skin color, or comes from a certain level of status or whatever, and you denying the truth because of that, that's like not valid in our faith. And God warned us about that in accepting the truth, even if it's hard, to that level of like this person doesn't even come from where I come from, but what they're saying is something I have to surrender to. And at the end of the day, as Muslims, that's what we believe in.
That's a fact.
Simple.
That's definitely a fact. Plain and simple. What it is, I feel, and you guys could comment on this, on what you feel about this. Look, during the time of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, when they heard, he was from the tribe of Quraysh, when they heard his uncles and everything, hearing that there was going to be a prophet within that particular tribe, they immediately felt threatened because they had a status already, and they was like, oh, snap. If there's a prophet coming from this tribe, this status, even though we're family, it's going to threaten us, because now we're not going to have that status. We're not going to have that power when we once had. So what's the only option to do? We're going to overthrow him, because we can't compete against that. None of us are prophets. How are we going to compete against a person that's a prophet? We've been competing with them for years. We've been dominating. It's almost the same effect with the with that movement. It's like, I ain't gonna lie, they speaking a lot of truth, and if we adapt to this truth, we gonna have to leave off all the type of businesses we making, all the type of rapport we have that's bringing us income. We gonna have to leave off our desires. We gonna have to leave off that which is hard for us, and it's hard for us to accept that. So what they do, they reject, they attack. That's what they did with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They try to track him. They try to attack him. They try to make him flee. He went to another city, and then what happened? He became stronger, came back better, stronger, bigger in number, and it's gonna be the same. You guys are gonna keep attacking, keep lying against Islam. People is gonna keep taking their shahada. People is gonna keep accepting the way, and Allah is gonna keep replacing you guys. That's all. That's all that's gonna happen. So y'all go ahead. But the more y'all attack, the more y'all make us stronger. That's all we gonna give y'all. I mean, y'all could. I'm sorry.
And it's just like that. That's that wild little joint.
Yeah, nah, that was great. Yo, that was very informative. But
Take your shahada, man. Take y'all shahadas, man. Come tell. Come home.
yeah.
Islam is not an Arab religion. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in his last sermon, his final sermon before he passed away, that Arab is not better than a non-Arab. Black is not better than Arab, or black or white is better than this. He said the best of you are those who are pious, best in deeds, best in practice, closer to Allah. Those are the best of you. Not by skin complexion. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam eradicated this practice and this evil little practice where I'm black and that's it. So what if you black? You get a disease and your skin start to fade off, then what?
Or if you white.
Or if you white.
Brown.
Or if you brown.
Yellow. If you
So
red.
what?
We all gonna go back to Allah.
Cut it out.
We all gonna go back
We
to
breathe, we eat, we take a dump the same way. We breathe the same way. Cut it out. Let's have a care for humanity. What is a human? The problem is some of you guys care about your dogs more than you care about your kids. That's your problem. For real. But we gonna talk about that.
the Worldly Life Podcast, man.